2019 taught me a very important lesson, one that sent chills down my spine. In 2019, I was just a core member sent to Enugu State. I was posted to Enugu State, or local government area to be precise. I became the student's favorite teacher in a school called Queen's Secondary School. So in this school, I noticed that in the class where I was teaching, okay, so I was a teacher. I used to teach computer sciences and basic technology to kids in JS1, JS2, and JS3. There was this particular kid in class. I think his name was Emmanuel or Kingsley or thereabout. I can't remember his name. He was always bullied. And honestly, I was wrong about my judgment of this boy. I thought he was timid. I thought he had the opportunities to fight back, but never fought back. I thought he was maybe just this kid that never really stood up for himself. Then one day I got closer and got the most shocking story of my life. You see, he was in JS3 and he was 13 years, way older than most of the kids in that particular class as at that time. And he had stopped schooling for about 2 years. So it happens that his dad, when he was just 11 years old, was murdered in cold blood. There was a little altercation between the dad and I think a neighbor or somewhere. I can't really explain what happened, but he watched his dad being stabbed to death. And that changed everything about this boy. So I think in his dad's dying bed, the dad told him not to get into trouble with people. And he watched how his dad suffered and how his mom suffered to raise them. It wasn't easy for him. So I'll just stick to the name Kingsley, since I'm not so sure whether it was Kingsley or Emmanuel. I can't really remember the exact name that he had. So this boy was always there. Most people bullied him. They took advantage of him because he didn't retaliate. Whenever people brought the fights to him, he didn't retaliate. They nicknamed him, and I I don't want to call the nickname they gave him here because I'm not promoting violence. I'm not promoting people being looked down upon. I'm not promoting people bullying others. So they nicknamed him. They gave him a very horrible nickname and treated him badly. When I got to listen to his story, how he watched his dad being murdered and how he watched his dad's last moments just because his dad had a little misunderstanding with someone, I then realized that I judged him unfairly this whole time. I felt bad for him. Yes, I honestly felt bad for this boy. You see, sometimes we do not know the stories of the people that we judge. I personally dismiss this boy as just being timid. I mean, he was older than most of the people in the class, but he was the one that was being bullied. But when I heard his story, that he watched his own dad have being stabbed to death, and this happened because his dad had a misunderstanding with someone. In the midst of the arguments, going front and back, the person brought out a dagger and stabbed his dad. That was frustrating. That was the most inhuman thing a child can ever see. But he saw this with his eyes, and that changed his story forever. That rewrote his life and everything. It made his life feel miserable. He made his life to feel as if he lived with the trauma that anytime he's going to maybe stand up for himself or defend himself or maybe get into a little argument with someone, that someone might just stab him to death. The day he told me that his greatest fear was being stabbed to death by another person he's going to have an argument with, I understood that I shouldn't have judged him this way. You see, in this life, most of the people you judge unfairly is simply because you do not know their story. And that taught me an important lesson. Do not judge the people you don't know. Do not have just a conclusion, or don't push people, don't what is it called? Don't stereotype them. Do not judge them. You do not understand their story. Some stupid people will say, he should have stood up for himself. Why is he not standing up? He's supposed to be a man. He watched his own dad being a man, and his dad was stabbed to death. See, you do not understand what people are going through. Just because you are lucky enough to have your dad, your mom, or whatsoever staying together, you have a happy family, you grew up with your parents, you shouldn't look that. Don't feel that those people that grew up without parents, or those people that grew up having broken homes or whatsoever, that they did something so wrong. I mean, this boy was timid. Everybody could say, oh, he's timid, he's this, he never stands up for himself, he's not always standing up against the bullies. But when I listened to his story, do you know what it means for you to watch your own dad being stabbed to death? According to him, he said he watched the man's intestines coming out when he was stabbed. And then I wonder how life could be so unfair to let a child see such a thing. It was very traumatizing. So I decided from that day that I was never going to judge anybody I don't know his story. How many people have you judged in life? How many people do you judge unfairly? You don't know their story, you don't know what they've been through, you don't know what they are currently going through, but you just dismiss them as being reckless people. You see, it is very easy for you to feel, oh, because you're successful in life, that other people are not trying. Do you know how much people are doing? Do you know how much time people are dedicating to different things, but they are not just meeting success? Just because you succeed, just because you've made success in a particular thing, do not discard the effort of others. Others too are trying. See, you feel you are the best person in the house. You feel you can maybe inspire people, motivate people, start telling them different things about your life, start explaining to them how they can do this, do this. Hey, relax. So many people have done it better than yourself and still did not meet that success. So life should teach you to be humble. You do not know their story. When I listened to the story of that boy, I I felt bad for the number of days when I bullied people myself as a child. I felt bad for the days when I spoke bad to people because I felt they were weak, they were whatsoever. I even felt bad for a statement I made a long time ago. I said I don't like weak people. I don't like people who can't stand up for themselves. But then, how would you judge a person who watched his own dad standing up for himself and then losing his life? Be careful how you judge people. People are really going through a lot. Just be careful the kind of comments you make. When things happen to people, don't just rush to the comment section and throw out your opinion. Your opinion might hurt them. So be careful. Don't be insensitive to what people are feeling. See, the world has grown so foolish that people are insensitive to what the rest are going through. Hey, you too can be a victim. Anybody can be a victim. I'm telling you the truth. Within the flick of a finger, within the blink of an eye, things can change, and that will make your life to be miserable. Yeah, that can take your life from where you never expected it to be to a point where you feel, oh, is this me? I have seen someone who was a very beautiful, or so should I say, a very beautiful girl. Yeah, I've seen her becoming that girl without a leg. I've seen someone who was so nice. He was peaceful. He was a fine boy, like we would say in Nigeria. He was a very handsome, good-looking guy. But today, he doesn't have an eye. His face is badly damaged because someone decided to pour acid on him. Things can happen to people. Just be good. Just be good. See, don't be insensitive to people. The problem that we have in the world today is that so many people are insensitive. And this breaks me. This hurts me so much because lately I've been listening to a lot of people. I try to listen. When I come here to make videos, I don't just make videos because I don't understand what's going on. I come to make videos from a place where I have interacted with people. I have listened to their stories. I have carefully examined it. And sometimes I see that it is absolutely not their fault. What I'm emphasizing is there is always place for empathy. Do not allow the world, the modern world, to take away your human part just because the whole world is dragging people. You see, these days it's so easy for people to just come online and drag people. They don't care if you're going to live or die. They just drag you. They just say all the derogatory things against you. They don't care. People don't care anymore. But in the world where people don't care anymore, try to be a good person. Until I see you in my next video. My name is Ukogun Okpa and I call myself the rich son of a classroom teacher. I share my life experiences with you because I believe that when I share life and true life stories with you, it can shape the way you look at your world and it can shape the way you treat a fellow human being like you. I call myself your brother in the struggle. If you're new in this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button so that the algorithm can show more of this to you and so that the algorithm can show more of this to other people who might find this information useful. Well, if you do not subscribe or like this post, you may never see me again. Please hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and when I see you in the next video, I'll bring more inspiring things your way and I'll bring more exciting stories that can reshape the way you look at the world. See you in the next video. God bless you. And please Please, please, and please be kind to your fellow man and be good to your fellow man, because that's all that there is to life.